the idea to give a car to somebody in need, somebody, that has children also, that helps, will make life easier for the kids getting back and forth from school.
When you get to pick that person's name, what do you hope the feeling runs through the winner of the vehicle?
Whenever I pick the winner, I just want them, of course, for it to be heartfelt and for it to be someone that,
Kevin Stefanski just learned the hard way what happens when you try to outsmart the internet's new obsession. While the Browns coach was busy overthinking his playbook, Shedeur Sanders was out here stealing the spotlight, giving away cars, charming fans, and turning social media upside down like he just reinvented football itself. Now the city's buzzing, the fans are wild, and Stefanski's sweating like a man watching his own job slip through his fingers. You can almost picture it. Stefanski waking up, phone in hand, face dropping when he sees Shedeur Sanders trending again. He probably muttered, "What did he do now?" expecting another viral highlight or sideline flex. But no, this time wasn't about touchdowns or taunts. This was something way bigger. A Hollywood-style PR masterstroke dropped right in the middle of Cleveland's chaos. Moments after another crushing loss, before the locker room doors even shut, Shedeur flipped the entire narrative with one move, a surprise car giveaway. While other players sulk or post those "will bounce back" selfies, Shedeur went full superstar mode.
This is the NFL. We have to be better, and that's the we. I have to be better for this football team. Our coaches have to be better for this football team. Our players have to be better for this football team. The bottom line is there's things that will hold you back from winning, and you got to knock those out so you give yourself a chance. He's a tough kid. We got to keep him clean. Obviously, when the game turns into how it turned, the two-score game, you have to drop back, and that's a tough team to drop back versus, but he kept battling. It wasn't for lack of effort by him or by anybody. Made some plays, but we just got better. This kid
Turning defeat into a feel-good frenzy that melted timelines and confused the entire NFL. The timing? Savage. Because as Stefanski was up at that podium trying to explain another offensive meltdown, Shedeur was trending for being smooth, generous, and cool under pressure. The exact opposite of everything happening on that field. The internet exploded, fans choosing sides, reporters losing their minds, and the memes coming in faster than the Browns' third down punts. By the end of the night, it wasn't the final score anyone cared about. It was the fact that Shedeur Sanders somehow made losing look legendary. Within hours, the internet was demanding answers. How is the most electric quarterback in football not wearing a Browns jersey right now? The contrast was unreal. Stefanski was stuck at a podium dodging tough questions while Shedeur Sanders was out here living like Oprah with cleats, handing out cars and collecting hearts in the process.
Sanders, the quarterback on the Cleveland Browns football team, is the bag-up quarterback. But guess what? He could make Kevin Stefanski's offense look explosive. I'm telling you, Shedeur Sanders can come in and help save the Cleveland Browns season this year if they let him go ahead and go on the starting for before DG, in front of DG. They should.
The memes came faster than a 2-minute drill. One fan roasted Stefanski's offense, saying it looked like a car with no engine, while Shedeur was literally out here giving engines away. Another fan joked, Stefanski can't drive his team down the field, but at least Shedeur can drive someone home. The Browns' social media team probably thought about unplugging the Wi-Fi just to survive the night. Now, Stefanski's no stranger to pressure. He's been on the hot seat before, but this time, the storm felt different. Because while Shedeur's always had that Hollywood flash, the iced-out watches, designer fits, and sideline swagger that could make primetime stars jealous, this was genius-level brand warfare. It wasn't just generosity, it was a statement, a masterclass in timing and control. While Stefanski's squad was trending for losing again, Shedeur was trending for winning the people. Fans were already sketching out fantasy scenarios, shouting, "Imagine Shedeur in Cleveland. Imagine that energy lighting up the dog pound."
I want to be able to make an impact, because God knows who knows how long any of us is here. So, all I can control is what I do with my time. That's what joy is to me. Our vision and everything that I want to do as a person aligned with them also. So I feel like it's a great thing to do for the community.
Absolutely incredible. I think this is very big with what Shedeur Sanders is doing for the community. And as I said before, everybody have a lot of things that they go through daily with all this inflation, and just times is very hard right now. And so for Shedeur Sanders to give back to the community, one lucky person, man, that's going to receive a car, is definitely going to mean a lot to them, man.
Meanwhile, Stefanski's probably daydreaming about an offseason somewhere quiet, far from cameras, reporters, and quarterbacks who steal headlines with a single smile. And the poetry of it all? Perfect. The Browns had just suffered another soul-crushing loss, a game that could have reignited faith and bought some peace. Instead, it became Shedeur Sanders' viral victory lap. Because let's be real, nothing screams "I run the show" louder than handing out a brand new car while the rest of the league's licking its wounds. It was like watching two totally different shows airing side by side. Stefanski stuck in some gritty football drama, while Shedeur Sanders was filming a commercial next door. Same network, same day, completely different energy. And the crowd had already picked their favorite channel. Social media went wild, blasting out split-screen shots. Stefanski's blank sideline stare next to Shedeur, handing over car keys, with that smooth grin that screamed, "This is how you win, even when you're not playing." The internet crowned its champion, and spoiler alert, it wasn't the dude with the headset. The wildest part? Shedeur wasn't even trying to make it about Stefanski. He wasn't throwing shade, just doing his thing. But timing is everything, and this timing was pure chaos magic. Within hours, headlines, memes, and hot takes started flying, twisting a feel-good giveaway into a viral soap opera about regret, image, and opportunity. And that regret? Oh, it's real. Stefanski's been dodging smoke all season for his quarterback calls, and now it feels like the fans just found their alternative, a living, breathing highlight reel named Shedeur Sanders. Cleveland's faithful have been begging for something fresh, someone confident.
The only time Stefanski's offense has looked explosive, even though it ultimately resulted in turnovers, was when the quarterback had the temperament of Jameis. I'm going to be aggressive regardless. I'm going to take shots regardless. That's the last time we saw Jerry Jeudy look like a number one wide receiver. With Dylan Gabriel in the game, that's not his temperament. Ironically, Shedeur doesn't have Jameis's arm talent, but he does have Jameis' mentality. So when he gets his opportunity, it's going to look more explosive because he's going to take more chances, be more risky, and try and create those explosive plays.
Dynamic and electric. Watching Shedeur dominate the internet while the Browns were spiraling must have felt like rubbing salt into a paper cut that's already infected. It's brutal because this isn't just about football anymore. It's about the brand, the personality, and the timing. And no one in the game plays that combo better than Shedeur Sanders. He's out here playing chess while everyone else is still learning how to move the pawns. While other quarterbacks are thinking about next Sunday, Shedeur's thinking about his next viral headline, and every single time, it lands perfectly. Fans can't get enough of him, sponsors are lining up, and even people who don't watch football know his name. That's not just star power, that's dominance. Browns fans are exhausted. They've seen this movie too many times. Strong start, messy middle, tragic ending. They're desperate for someone who can finally flip the script, give them something to believe in again. So when Shedeur Sanders goes viral for giving back, it doesn't just entertain them, it hits deep. It reminds them what's missing in Cleveland.
Teamed up with a car lot or car company to give us. He's a all eyes on me guy. He don't care nothing about his teammates. He ain't this, he ain't that, but he's showing you his leadership quality that you need as a quarterback in the NFL. And Cleveland Browns, you got your franchise quarterback. You got a stand-up guy who do right in the community, and he's just a good guy. And he can throw that football at that. And he can help you win some games if you choose to go that route. I'm just saying, hey, that's Shedeur Sanders. And I just want you to know, he's doing a good deed.
Speak about that is really what he wants. He wants somebody to genuinely feel very good from something that Shedeur Sanders is doing, which is amazing. So you got
A spark, a story, a hero with energy that makes Sundays feel alive again. Meanwhile, poor Stefanski's trying to keep his locker room from falling apart while pretending he's not doom scrolling through the comments. But the internet has no mercy. Fans are editing clips of his playbook with captions like, "How to lose fans in 10 plays." There's even fan art floating around of Shedeur cruising past Browns Stadium, grinning like he already owns the city. It's insane, it's petty, it's hilarious, and it's exactly what makes this saga so addictive. The craziest part? Shedeur doesn't even look like he's trying. There's no fake grin, no PR polish, just effortless charm and timing so perfect it feels scripted. That effortless vibe is what stings Stefanski the most. Because in his world, everything feels like a grind. Every call, every press conference, every excuse. But in Shedeur's world, everything looks like a commercial, clean, smooth, and cool without even breaking a sweat. And that's Cleveland's curse right now. You can't teach charisma. You can't coach star power. You can't draw swagger on a whiteboard. When your quarterback room feels more like a therapy circle than a threat, watching a guy like Shedeur dominate the culture hurts twice as bad. Every time Stefanski steps up to that podium, you can almost hear the ghost of what if whispering behind him. What if we had someone like that? What if we had momentum? What if we had excitement again? Instead, the Browns are stuck explaining their way through another season of mediocrity while the rest of the football world bows down to a new prince. And of course, the media's having an absolute feast. Sports talk shows live for this kind of drama. Redemption mixed with regret.
If I was Kevin Stefanski, I would go ahead and make that move from DG to Shedeur Sanders. I won't wait after the bye game, the bye week, because I think that's what Shedeur gonna go in. But you gotta remember, you get ready to play Miami this Sunday, and next Sunday you play the New England Patriots, who seems like they don't got their game on track. Those two potential losses that you can have connected to Dylan Gabriel. And then your team going to a bye.
And this story's got both in heavy doses. If the Browns were winning, no one would have blinked at a car giveaway. Winning shuts people up. But losing turns every headline into a punchline. And right now, Cleveland is the punchline. It's almost poetic. The team that can't get its offense running keeps getting outshined by a quarterback who's literally out here giving away engines. You couldn't write irony this sharp if you tried. Some fans even joke Stefanski should have joined the giveaway. Maybe he could win himself a new offense. One tweet read, "It's ruthless, but it's funny because it's true." Meanwhile, for Shedeur Sanders, this is free marketing gold. The Browns might be dragging through another painful season, but Shedeur, he's winning the culture war. He's redefining what it means to own a storyline, turning every post, every clip, every smile into part of a bigger narrative.
Boy, Shedeur Sanders, once again, is doing what he has always done since he has stepped foot in the Cleveland area. The man has stepped foot in Cleveland, Ohio, and once again, doing what he's always done in the community, just like he did when they had that fire in Garden Valley, and Shedeur Sanders stepped in and gave and gave and gave and gave to all the key.
While most rookies are just trying to memorize playbooks, Shedeur's building a legacy, one viral moment at a time. And that's exactly what keeps coaches like Stefanski up at night. How do you compete with a player who doesn't just perform, he captivates? Every generation gets that one star who bends the culture around him, and let's be real, Shedeur Sanders might just be that guy. He's not just playing football, he's producing it, directing it, and starring in it all at once. While Stefanski's trapped in reruns, Shedeur's out here writing the next blockbuster headline by headline, and that's the real nightmare for Cleveland. Because in today's game, sometimes winning hearts matters more than winning games. And Shedeur just reminded the whole world exactly how to do it, with a smile, a gesture, and a sense of timing that no coach can scheme against. Somewhere in Cleveland, Stefanski's phone buzzes again. Another notification. Another viral clip of Shedeur handing over those keys with that $1 million grin. The coach sighs, looks up, and mutters the only truth left to say, why does it always have to be him? Because honestly, at this point, it really does always have to be him.
They called us, and it happened very fast and happened not too long ago. So still working through all roster type of things. I always have to be mindful of our players and our players' development, and I want to make sure that I'm always doing what's best for our players and, of course, our team. But with young players, I'm always thinking about last week making the change to Deion. You have to think long and hard about that because these are young players that you're so invested in their development. So I'll let the week play out and make a decision later.
Every single time Kevin Stefanski thinks he's finally going to get a quiet week, boom! Shedeur Sanders drops another viral bomb that hijacks the entire sports world. It's not hate, it's not luck, it's pure cosmic timing. Stefanski loses a nail-biter, Shedeur posts a viral video. The Browns' offense collapses again, Shedeur's out here giving away cars like it's Christmas morning. It's like the football gods themselves picked him as their reminder that charisma will always beat strategy. And let's be real. That car giveaway wasn't just a PR stunt, it was a cultural event. Those clips of Shedeur handing over the keys spread faster than a trade rumor. The comments looked like a digital parade. The guy could literally trip walking up some stairs and still turn it into a viral motivation clip.
That's not from Cleveland. As a guy that has been in Cleveland all of 6 months, Shedeur Sanders has become one with the people. And not to anybody else's surprise, Shedeur Sanders is a giver. Shedeur Sanders does what he's supposed to do. And once again, to be the man of the community that he is, Shedeur Sanders has once again stepped up and does things unlike any other Browns player is doing in his local community.
Meanwhile, Stefanski could win a playoff game and folks would still be debating his time management. The universe isn't fair, but man, it's entertaining. Shedeur's move didn't just boost his image, it flipped the entire narrative. This wasn't random generosity, it was a calculated flex. In an era where every athlete's trying to look humble and relatable, Shedeur skipped that playbook completely. He went straight to legendary. No "we'll bounce back stronger" post, no recycled pep talk. He said, forget that, here's a car. That's not just confidence, that's brand genius. And for the Browns, it's a PR nightmare wrapped in a feel-good story. Because how do you compete with a guy who's outshining your entire organization? Not by throwing touchdowns, but by throwing kindness.
Garrett didn't show up. Honestly, I think it's going to be really hard for the defense to continue to show up week after week after week when your fucking offense cannot score any goddamn points. They haven't scored 20 in almost a fucking year. So, of course, the defense is fucking angry. Now, I understand Rizzo's point that Miles should be out there busting his ass, but at the same time, when you go and you put in all this work week after week after week, and the schmuck running the program is going to fuck the team over anyways in the end because he can't call a goddamn offense, Kevin Stefanski.
You can't even be mad at him. He's too smooth, too likable, too genuine with it. Now imagine being Kevin Stefanski in that moment, watching your offense stall while Shedeur Sanders hands out horsepower like Oprah. That's the kind of moment that makes a coach stare at his playbook and question everything. The irony's brutal and beautiful at the same time. Stefanski's team can't move the ball, but Shedeur, he's out here moving hearts. No, this was never just about football, it was about timing, about knowing exactly when the world needs a distraction and serving it up on a silver platter with shiny rims and a camera-ready smile. Shedeur Sanders didn't just drop a giveaway, he dropped a cultural reset. Now fans have taken the fantasy to a whole new level. The internet's flooded with Photoshop pictures of Shedeur in a Browns jersey, edits so clean they almost look official. Posts with captions like, "Imagine this man leading the dog pound," are racking up tens of thousands of likes.
Taken aback by this. I listened to this at about 4 in the morning today, and I was a little bit taken aback by this comment. And I go, you know what? It's early. You need to calm down and not take it so personally. Here's Ross Tucker about how bad the Browns are. He doesn't think they're actually that bad. And he goes, well, what were you expecting in the first place?
I don't think that bad. And listen, I'm not a Browns fan. I don't live in Cleveland. I don't watch every snap they take while it's happening live. I get all that. And if I were a Browns fan, I'd be super frustrated too, you know? But welcome to the club. What do you think Ravens fans are thinking right now? They're the Baltimore Ravens, Super Bowl favorites. They're 1-5.
Cleveland's fan base is now living in two realities. One where they're trapped in another season of heartbreak, and another where Shedeur Sanders swoops in like a football messiah with luxury sponsorships and charisma to spare. But here's the real twist. It's not just the fans watching. Players around the league see it too. NFL locker rooms are full of guys scrolling through those same viral clips, shaking their heads and saying, "Man, this kid's different." And deep down, they all know it. Shedeur's rise isn't luck, it's precision. Stefanski's out here building a game plan that might not even survive the next losing streak, while Shedeur's writing the kind of headlines you can't coach your way out of. It's a story of two directions, one stuck on repeat, the other skyrocketing. Cleveland's busy rewinding tape, asking what went wrong, while Shedeur's somewhere smiling, soaking in that viral glow, maybe even planning his next headline drop. And somewhere in that Browns facility, Kevin Stefanski sits with his playbook, sighs and mutters under his breath, "I should have just given away a car." Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you on the next one.